Hi everyone, it's Sandra from Sandra Bianco Photography, and today I wanted to go ahead and take you through this image to show you how to get that really pretty icy blue background tone on here. So I went ahead and did my retouch already, but this is straight out of the camera. And then I just went ahead and used the Innocence Collection retouch, which I use on all of my images, and that is sold separately. But I just want to kind of take you through and show you what I did. So I went ahead and did a light retouch on her. Again, you can see that there. That's the before, that's the after. And then I also went ahead and made my selection. I just did this to save time on this edit so that we don't have to be here all day. Okay, so the very first thing I want to do is, and now when you make your selection, this we're going to use this mask to copy into other places throughout this edit. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with Yeti color base. And I'm going to drag my mask that I already made that's around my subject into that. So now that's just on, we have to Command I. So now that's just on the background of my image and not on my actual subject. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into Breckenridge. And I'm going to do the same thing. It's going to go ahead and drag my mask up and get that off of my subject. I'm going to leave that on at 100%. We're going to go into White Christmas. And I'm going to go ahead and take that down a bit. I'm just looking to get some of that little bit of a minty tone there. I'm going to go ahead and drag up my mask. And then we're going to go down into Frozen Tundra. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and take my mask from White Christmas. It's down here. I'm going to go ahead and drag it up. And I don't know why that just jumped out of there, but I am just going to go ahead and put another layer of mask on White Christmas and drag this one up. Okay, that's good. Not sure exactly why that did that, but all I would need to do here now is hit on here Command I. You can see that. And that's just going to go ahead and run that tone all on the background. So if you hit Command I, it'll come off, and then it'll be on your subject. So I just wanted to show you could do either or, but I would never leave this tone on my subject. Okay, so we're starting to get that pretty icy blue color. I'm also going to go into Frozen Tundra 2. And this time I'm not going to use my layer mask. I'm just going to go ahead and reduce my opacity on my brush into like maybe the 20s. And I just want to go ahead and just start painting this on a little bit here and there. So this is just going to add a little bit more dimension. And I might go and take that up just a little bit to show you. You can see there that that's really bringing in that pretty blue tone. And I might want to just take that down a little bit. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into Pine Needles. And I'm also going to just use number 1 on here. And again, I'm just going to paint on a little bit here with the trees. And I might just bring some around this edge just to kind of blend it a little bit more. And I'm going to go ahead and reduce the opacity. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and run our blur brush. So I'm just going to use Blur Soften Details. And I'm just going to go ahead and start painting this around at 100%, just where I feel like it needs to be smoothed out just a little bit. I wanted to give it that super dreamy look. And then the next thing we're going to do is run our snow. So I'm going to go into my snow overlay applicator. And I have my snow days saved over here. I'm going to go ahead and choose number 8. And I'm just going to go ahead and drag this into my image. I'm going to click on the check mark, and we have snow. So I want to go ahead and just make sure you're clicked in your layer mask with your black brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and start masking this off my subject a little, or a lot. I might go back and put some on, but I kind of like to mask it off and then maybe add sporadically where I'd like. Okay, so let's go ahead. This time I'm just going to go ahead and reduce my opacity, and I'm going to paint this on just a little bit, just to make it look like the snow is really hitting her. Now I might just take it off this arm just a little bit more to leave a little bit of contrast there on the coat. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I'm also going to go ahead and just with my brush at like somewhere, maybe like 50%, just want to go ahead and mask this off of anything that's coming into the frame that just really wouldn't naturally be there or wouldn't be as strong per se. And maybe just some of these little bright ones, so my eye just doesn't go right to them. You know, it's going to work differently on every image, so just keep that in mind. And now it's looking pretty good. A few more off here and there. You get, as detailed as you'd like on this. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go and run our snow brush. I'm going to go back up to our the winter tones. I'm going to click on snow brush. And I'm going to go ahead and just keep my opacity here for right now. And I'm just going to go ahead and kind of strike in a little bit of the snow brush. And then I'm going to go ahead and reduce my opacity. And I'll just tap some on in here. It's for a little bit of added light. And then the next thing we're going to do is go into Blizzard. So it's Velveteen Blizzard. And that just sort of pulls everything in together. And I'm just going to go ahead and take that down a bit. And that looks good. And one last thing, we're going to go into our color boost. And wow, that's like way too much. Please don't leave it at 100% if it comes up looking like this. And we're going to go ahead and just take that down. Just want to add a little bit of that color. And actually, on this particular image, I know it says to mask it off the skin, but if you needed that little bit of extra boost on the skin, feel free. I might just take this off at like 50% of her skin and then leave the rest on the image. Okay, so let's go ahead and flatten that. Take a snapshot and we go here. So that's before and that's after. Before, after. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I can't wait to see your snow images. To purchase this collection, please visit greaterthangatsby.com, and this is in the overlays section, and you can find it under the Innocence Snow Day. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.